Hi everyone, it's Junior Beekeeper here at Wave Hill. Going to jump into the hives again this week. I would like to thank all of the viewers and people who have commented on the last video. Make sure you follow us and like our videos, and we'll continue to make some more. Today we are going to be looking at our hives to see how they are doing since the last time we were in there. I believe that it's almost time for us to put a honey super on. So let's jump in and check it out. All right, everyone, so we're back at our hives. Our smoker is lit and ready to go. Like usual, we're gonna give them a little smoke, let them know that we are here, that I'm here. A little smoke under the lid. Lid comes off. Our inner cover comes off. So what I'm doing is I'm going to look at the frames and see how much nectar they've collected since they've been living here with us. Take out the first frame. So we're looking at our frames here, and we have some good brood patterns. We see lots of eggs, lots of babies, so we know the queen is all right. And what I'm also noticing is that we're at the top of the hive, and at the very top of the frame, it's all full. So there's eggs, there's brood, and there's also some nectar in the corner. We want to make sure that the bees have plenty of room to expand, and because they're full, that means I need to add another box. So our frames are full. I'm going to return this frame to the super. Like so. And I'm going to prepare to add another box to give them some room. In this new super, they're going to use it to fill the nectar that they're collecting from the flowers. It's that nectar that they will dehydrate and turn into honey for them to eat over the winter time, and any extra nectar that they turn into honey, we will collect for ourselves. So now that we know that the supers are full on the hive, it's time to add another super for them to put nectar in that they will turn into honey. Some of you might be wondering, how do we separate the baby bees from the nectar that's honey? And beekeepers have created this tool. It's called a queen excluder, and it takes advantage of the fact that queens and the worker bees are different sizes. If you notice here, these bars are spaced perfectly apart to allow workers to pass through, but since the queen is much larger than a worker bee, she cannot. So all you have to do is add this queen excluder. The queen is in the hive down here. We put the queen excluder on top, and then the new box that we want them to put nectar and honey in gets placed right on top. So if you recall, the queen is down there. She cannot pass through the queen excluder that we put on top, and then the honey super goes right on top. Only the workers can come into here. Since the queen is not up here, since she can't come up here, she can't lay up here. So that means we are guaranteed to only have nectar, which they will turn into honey that we can harvest. So here you are in for a treat. Our queen bee is right here. You can see her. She's slightly different. My finger's pointing at her. She's a little bigger than the female bees, the worker bees. Around her, you can usually find the queen because they make way for her. Make way for the queen as she walks through the rest of the workers. She is looking for a spot to lay some eggs. They will help her find the spot, but she's also walking around as well. There she is right at the bottom. Notice the difference between her size and the small workers around her. That size difference doesn't allow her to get through the queen excluder that we put on to separate her from the brood and the honey box that we put on top. So there she is again, right there, surrounded by workers. and she's coming up to a male bee right next to her. So she's right next to a drone. Notice the drone has big eyes. They use those eyes to find other queens in nature to mate with. A drone will not mate with their own queen. They will fly out in nature and look for other queens to mate with. Once a queen has mated, she only comes out of the hive one time in her life. Once she's mated, she'll fly, mate with drones, and then come back and stay in the hive for the rest of her life. So let me point out the size differences again. We have some workers over here, these nice small ones here. We have the drones, which are the big guys with the big eyes. They kind of look like barrel shape. And then the queen right over here. She has a elongated abdomen where she stores eggs and sperm from drones that she's mated with. That's it for today, folks. See you all next time.